Palestinians would wedge us between competing theological positions. Christians on one side believe that the modern state of Israel constitutes a divinely mandated return of ancient Israel to the promised land, and that it is directly connected to the second coming of Christ. This reasonable and thoughtful view often leads sincere Christians to a deep love and active support for the modern state of Israel. Other Christians believe Jesus is the fulfillment of God's promises to the Jewish people. This view emphasizes that God's kingdom is a spiritual kingdom. They too love and honor the Jewish people as children of God, but they believe that end times prophecies are too difficult to decipher with certainty and should not be used to condemn or justify the actions of modern states, including Israel. Unfortunately, enthusiasts from both camps tend to caricature the other, making harsh political assumptions. If you support the state of Israel, says one camp, you must hate Arabs. The other says, if you talk about the plight of Palestinians, you must hate Israel. Far from being peacemakers, many Christians contribute to a polarized conversation that actually fuels the conflict. Father Chacour calls us beyond that. Don't choose sides, he challenged us that day as we stood on the hilltop in Galilee. Learn what it means to be a common friend to both Arabs and Jews. Throughout his long vocation of reconciliation, Father Chacour has found inspiration in the Beatitudes. 2,000 years after Jesus walked the Galilean hills, a diminutive Melkite priest and others like him still wrestle by deep necessity with what it means to love our enemies and be peacemakers in a broken world. Entrusted with a seemingly impossible calling, Chacour chooses to follow Jesus every step of the way and invites us to join him. That invitation requires listening carefully to the incompatible and mutually exclusive narratives of Israelis and Palestinians, and affirming the compelling nature of both. It means that we wholeheartedly support Israel's existence as a place where Jews can live in freedom and security. We could not listen to the deep and legitimate fears of Israeli Jews, nor walk slowly through the halls of the Holocaust Memorial in Jerusalem without being horrified by what the Jews have experienced. We long with them for the day they can live in peace and security. Followers of Jesus ought to be outspoken in the support of the right of Israeli civilians to live without being subjected to rocket fire and suicide attacks. But we also wholeheartedly support equal freedom, security, and dignity for Palestinians. We cannot listen to their stories of loss, displacement, and ongoing oppression without longing for the day when their children can live with the same access to education, jobs, housing, and mobility that we cherish for all children. Like every compelling story, Father Chacour's has a simple beginning, and so provides a simple starting point for anyone seeking a deeper understanding of this Middle Eastern conflict. Blood Brothers, first published 29 years ago, is a timeless story in desperate need of retelling today. We pray that Father Chacour's story will transform you as it has transformed us. Lynn Hybels, co-founder of Willow Creek Community Church, author of Nice Girls Don't Change the World, and Gabe Lyons, founder of Q Ideas, author of The Next Christians. An urgent word before. Before I set my hands to the typewriter keys, I was aware that this could be a controversial book. The reason is that Blood Brothers breaks new ground in what has been written about the Middle East turmoil and goes beyond the usual political wrestlings over who owns the land. It will disturb certain people and please others, and for the same reason, it probes those ever-murky areas of conscience and heart. Above all, this is a story about people, not politics. Before I heard of Elias Chacour, I was not aware that I held certain prejudices regarding Middle East.